One last thing to note tonight. This is something that is mind-bending to me. You know that the pastor of the church who was killed in the Charleston massacre at Mother Emanuel Church last week, you know that in addition to being the pastor of that historic church, Clementa Pinckley was also a well-respected South Carolina state senator. He was first elected to the state house when he was only 23 years old, making him the youngest person ever elected to the state legislature in South Carolina. He was then elected to the state senate 4 years later, and he has served there in the state senate for the past 15 years. Last week, when Clementa Pinckley was killed in his church, his fellow state senators draped his desk in black and wept over him at the state senate. Well, now today, they have announced that there will be public viewings of his body before he is buried on Friday. There's going to be a viewing at his own church, at the Mother Emanuel Church. There'll be a viewing at a second AME church in Charleston as well. And then there will be a viewing at the State House. He will lie in state at the rotunda of the State House in Columbia. And that is an honor and a beautiful thing for a longtime and beloved state legislator. But in South Carolina, that means people coming to see his body and mourn him and pay their respects will have to walk past the Confederate flag that's on the state capitol grounds in order to do so. And that is amazing in any circumstance. But given the circumstances of his murder and the murder of his parishioners, it is almost impossible to imagine those two things happening at the same time. Him lying under the rotunda and the freaking Confederate flag flying outside. I mean, but that is what made what happened in South Carolina this afternoon all the more stunning. South Carolina, led by its Republican governor, now moving to take that Confederate flag down at state capitol grounds. Now there is this suddenly really important logistical question of when they're going to do it and whether that Confederate flag will be down in time for Senator Pinckley to lie there in state on Thursday. You should also know that when the actual funeral is held for the senator on Friday, Vice President Biden and First Lady Michelle Obama and President Obama will all be there in the funeral in person. And now we know that the eulogy for Senator Pinckley will be given by President Obama.